Hello guys, Sega20X here, Ray with another great video review of my favorite gamelets called Taito's Moonstones. Many of you know that Taito was a great game company that made Space Invaders and Darius, which I did enjoy. So here are my top 12 favorite games of Taito's Moonstones. That's right, Taito's Moonstones. Taito! Here we have Ashura Blaster, which is just like Twin Cobra, but a lot different. Yes, the game will keep looping, but it is very special for a helicopter shoot-'em-up. Up next, we have another great game I did enjoy, which is like eSWAT, called Crime City. That's right, you play as a cop that takes down the bad guys. Up next, we have the incredible Fighting Hawk. That's right, you guys already know it's a shoot-'em-up, just like a Ashura Blaster, except you're playing as a plane. That's right, you're playing as an A-10 Warthog plane, where you guessed it, fighting tanks, airplanes, and boats. You also are equipped with missiles, in case if there's tight situations or bosses. So, this is definitely one of the best Moonstones I have ever played. So check it out if you like this kind of shooters. Speaking of shooters, this is another great Moonstone that nobody doesn't talk about much. This is Gun Frontier. That's right, this game was ported to Taito's Legends 2, which I did enjoy playing on the PS2. But this arcade game is definitely a great game. Kind of like Raiden, or like any other vertical shoot-'em-up, except you're playing as a handgun with wings. That's right, it's a mix of Old Wild West with some machinery. That's right. Your people have been slaughtered. And it's up to you to stop and bring peace to the world, as usual, since that's what good guys against the bad guys thing is all about. That's right, you play as a gun with wings. You are equipped, you can collect those 10-cent coin things that power up your main shot. Kind of like Robo-Alest. And you are also equipped with bombs. The more orange icons you pick up, the more powerful your bombs can be. Just like in this demonstration video, because the bosses can be a bit challenging. So check this game out if you like these kinds of shooters. If you thought this game was good, then check out the sequel called Metal Black, aka Gun Frontier 2. That's right, Metal Black. Unlike its predecessor, which plays as a vertical, this one plays as a horizontal shooter, like Darius style, due to the bosses that are robotic animals. That's right, you're fighting robotic animals. But instead of being equipped with a shield or powering up your main shot like Darius, you collect these little molecule atoms that power up your beam. So, the more atoms you collect, the powerful your main shot is, and then your beam can drain your main shot. That's right, this sci-fi game is definitely worth checking out since it's also included in Taito's Legends 2 on the PS2. Since something special about it. I know it can't be overlooked, but this is a great Moonstone that Taito's ever made. It can be a bit challenging like all shooters, but just a bit different. So give Metal Black a shot. Here is another great dragon game, which I enjoyed because Taito did make a good game. That's right. You're playing as a fire-breathing Asian dragon. That's a robotic dragon called Siphon. This game was also included on the Super Nintendo, but also included on the PS2 along with Taito's Legends 2 as well. Use your fire beam wisely in this game, because it's like a walk-around maze, and if your dragon takes like 10 hits, if that's correct, then your dragon will explode and you lose a life. The bosses can be a bit challenging, except you're breathing fire. So, Siphon, give it a shot, and maybe then you might be able to get used to this game to go through the entire maze. Speaking of dragons, here's a game that has the word dragon in it, but it's not to be confused with dragons in it. It's a beat-em-up that never left the arcade. This is Silent Dragon. That's right. You're playing as 4 main heroes, or 3 heroes, who know how to do martial arts on bad guys. That's right, this beat-em-up never left the arcade. The sad thing is, you only start out with just 1 life, because if your life goes down, it will offer you unlimited continues though, instead of using extra lives to be wasted and then continue, which is the only con I do not like about this game. However, it is easy to get through most of the stages without being an easy target to enemies. So if you like beat-em-ups, then check out Silent Dragon, where you play as the 3 main heroes, the ninja and the 2 Japanese martial artists, who know how to do judo, or kung fu, or karate, or any other Asian martial art. Just be careful, because it's kind of like Streets of Rage has taken things to the next level. Speaking of Japanese, here is a game that was great on the Sega Genesis called Mystical Fighter, or Mahou Regency in Japan, since this is the Japanese version of Mystical Fighter, which I enjoy playing on the Sega Genesis a lot, on normal difficulty. But in hard difficulty, you will have a true ending. Yes, you'll from fighting against sumos all the way to fighting yokai. You play as lion fighters who look like kabukis with long hair. Yes, this is definitely a great game to check out. So if you like the Japanese version, which was run by Taito, then check this game out. Since this is the Japanese version of Mystical Fire, which is definitely a great Moonstone, so check out this shining game out, since it will shine as good as the moon itself. If you thought that was great, then check out Ninja Kids, which is like Taito's answer to Mutant Ninja Turtles by Konami, except you're playing as ninja puppets. That's right, Earth, Wind, Fire, because these ninjas are based off the elements. So, it can be a bit challenging, however, you will come across, since this feels like a 9-year-old child playing it when you like ninjas. So if you like ninjas, then check out Ninja Kids out. And you'll definitely enjoy this Overlook Moonstone. Here is one of the best games Taito outdid itself, which is the sequel to Bobble Bobble, but I like the sequel better because I like the human characters, because you get to play as the human characters. That's right, Rainbow Islands is like one of the best Moonstones Taito's ever done. So instead of shooting bubbles, you'll be shooting rainbows. Just be careful not to touch enemies, and you will be collecting diamonds, rainbow diamonds, to ever earn a big rainbow diamond when you beat the boss to unlock some more secrets and earning a lot of points. So yes, this is definitely one of the greatest Moonstones titles ever done. There's been a lot of good versions of Space Invaders, but this is the best Space Invaders of all. Majestic 12, aka Super Space Invaders. Unlike all the other Space Invaders, you play as your main ship as usual, fighting off aliens. Before Space Invaders Frenzy came to play, which was many years before Raw Thrills has the rights. That's right, this is one of Taito's best Moonstones, where you play, as usual, fighting off a probe of aliens that are trying to conquer the world. You will be rewarded with one bonus stage where you have to protect the cows from being abducted by UFOs. So having power-ups like this time butterfly that will freeze time, all the way to having lock-on lasers that lock on your enemies, and your homing beam which will also kill your enemies. So, you definitely must check out Majestic 12 or Super Space Invaders because this is definitely one of the best Space Invaders that has ever been created by Taito itself. Last but not least, we have G Darius, which was on the arcade, but this is the PlayStation 1 version, which is just as good as the arcade. The only thing that may be different is just a minor difference, which is the intro screen. The arcade version's intro screen was different, which was also included on Taito Legends 2 on the PS2. But the PS1 version is just almost identical. The only thing that may be different in this version is the boss rush mode and beginner's mode, which I never waste my time with beginner's mode because I prefer arcade mode and boss rush mode, where you have the ability to change whether you want to fight the bosses you want to fight and want to fight the bosses you refuse to fight, depending on which path, since bosses do change color. G Darius is a lot different than all the other Darius games, where you shoot the bomb that will turn your enemies into your slaves. But if you push the power button, like since this is the PlayStation version, you push the circle and then you will release a powerful beam which can come in handy to kill all bosses. It can be a little bit challenging in later stages, but this is still one of the best Darius games ever before Darius Burst came to hit the ball game. So if you like this, if you're a fan of Darius, like I am, because Darius is one of the greatest shoot-em-ups next to Thunder Force, then definitely check out Darius, because I know it has a lot of marine animals in it that are robotic animals, based on real animal species. Okay, that's all I have for today, so Sega 20X signing off, and please share, like, and subscribe.